Welcome everybody to Extreme Off-Road Silly Builds, and today we're dealing with the 1997 Nissan Skyline GT-R V-Spec. Now this has a 970 horsepower, 813 pounds-feet of torque from a 7 litre twin turbocharged V8 engine, and the car itself weighs 2,612 pounds. It's got off-road tyres, all-wheel drive and off-road suspension, and it can do 0 to 60 in 3.010 seconds, 0 to 100 in 5.652 seconds, going into a top speed of 187 miles an hour. So yeah, we've had a couple of successful Nissans on this series before with the 1998 Silvia and the Titan Warrior concept car, but they aren't exactly at the top of the leaderboard, but hopefully it will come around those two cars, so let's see what it can do. I had to give it the V8 because that's the engine that, you know, gives the most power for this car. And power is necessary on this series. Handling everything okay so far, but the big problem is going to be the water. This, even with the off-road suspension, is still pretty low to the ground. Yeah, struggling to even do 75 mile an hour there. And got up to speed because we slightly came out of the water. Oh dear. Bit all over the place there. Decent rate of speed though, but really doesn't like entering the water, as you can see. A lot of cars do have that problem. Entering at a high rate of speed does make them go a bit all over the place. Yeah, once again struggling with the water. Well, it's not as quick as those other two Nissans, which were around the 2 minutes 6 second mark, but it's still pretty decent at 2 minutes 8.462 seconds, which makes it quicker. Just scrolling down, 8462. Makes it quicker than the Jaguar F-Pace, so it's quicker than a modern off-roader, which is pretty decent. It's also quicker than the BAC Mono, the Ford F100 racing trophy truck, which is also a, you know, might not be a new off-roader, but it's an off-roader nonetheless. The Lamborghini Centenario, the Ford Bronco and the Ferrari 166MM, and it's slightly behind the Ford Crown Victoria, the Range Rover Sport SVR and the Baldwin Motorsports trophy truck. So yeah, not too shabby. It's not as quick as the other two Nissans that I mentioned at the start of this episode, but it's still fairly decent, and to beat a modern off-roader like the Jaguar F-Pace is yeah, pretty good, quite frankly, because obviously that has the you know, the usual abilities of going off-road, as well as being able to deal with the water better because it's a lot higher in terms of ride height. But yeah, I think the fact that this car has plenty of power and doesn't weigh all that much is something that helped it along the way, quite frankly. And to be honest, it handled the off-road elements okay. It was only really the water that it struggled with, which is why it's so much slower than those other two Nissans, which behaved a lot better. So yeah, it's unfortunate it's not as quick as those two, but it's still fairly quick, and it's far from the slowest car that we've had on this series so far. So yeah, all round decent. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.